Do not ever underestimate the power of God in whatever you do. I agree, it's good to work hard. It's good to put every effort in whatever you're doing right now. But sometimes it takes God to break through some walls. In some situations, it takes God to climb through that insurmountable mountain. The Bible says it is not by power nor by might, but by my spirit. So when you discover that it is becoming too difficult and almost impossible, just know that at that point, you do not need the strength of man anymore. There is this sister that I know about. She came out first class at that time in her school. She was the overall best in her class. During that time, she read so hard, worked so hard. When others are going for parties and having leisures, no, it was not the case for Anita. Not at all. She was so fixated on her goals, and it worked for her, really. She came out the best, the overall best in her class at the time. But let me tell you, her first class could not take her far in life. In fact, most of her classmates that she was better than today are much more above her in the scheme of things. She could not understand what was happening in her life. The struggles became too much. Like, she could not get a job. She was having bad luck everywhere, despite her very good results. The frustration was getting too much. She could not wrap her head around what was happening in her life. And that was where the search for solutions started. And she went from one place to another. And in the process, she found out that her certificate has been burnt spiritually. Someone very close, one of her relatives, became so jealous about how fast she was going in life, took her certificate and burnt it spiritually. I mean, can you imagine that? Have you heard that before? That they can burn somebody's certificate, not physically, oh, I mean spiritual burning. And that now translated to what was happening in her physical reality. Can you imagine? Things are happening in this world, my friends. Things are happening. You know, it was when her eyes became opened to all the things that has been playing out in her life that she started fighting back, like spiritually. To cut the long story short, she was able to win the fight. And today, she's where she's supposed to be in life. She has transcended that phase of her life. So, what am I saying? Sometimes it is not by might, it is not how hardworking you are, it is not how fast you are running, but through the grace and the mercies of God. I am not trying to undermine hard work here. No, it pays to work very hard. But sometimes there are forces that are against the children of God, especially when they know, when they have seen that you have a star, you have a burning light. There are forces that will always be against the children of God to put you down and to cover your light. So, my dear friend, I will say again, it is not by might, it is not by power. And so we all need God in our lives. When that thing becomes too hard, you know what to do. You need God. You need God. You need God. I repeat, you need God. You need God to part the sea for you. You need God to break that wall that is looking so huge. You need God to take you across the mountain and bring you down. You need God. It is only a fool that will say there is no God. Because without God, in certain situations in life, you are completely finished. And I mean what I'm saying. And so, my dear, take up that challenge. Whatever it is that is going on around you, and you're thinking that, man, this one don't water don't pass Gary. Oh, ha! That is when you should know that it is now beyond you. Take it from that physical level into that spiritual level, so that you can be able to take out your human strength and allow a divine force, a divine power that is greater than you to take it up for you. Today, I want you to give up your physical strength and allow a greater power far above you to take up that battle and that fight. And I believe in no time you are going to gain victory, just like Anita did. I'll be so glad to share in your testimony. Keep fighting and never give up. God bless you.